No DQ Galaxy. We are live with predictions for one of the biggest WWE premium live events of the year, one of the biggest SummerSlams of all time in terms of the size of the crowd, the live gate, and card-wise shaping up to be one of the biggest SummerSlams of all time. This is the predictions video for the 2023 SummerSlam premium live event. We have the No DQ panel here tonight. Now, he's been on many times. He is Mr. Reliable. Walter, how are you feeling about this year's SummerSlam? It's in Detroit, Michigan. Oh, we lost TJS. Botch. We're already having issues here, but we're going to try to get through this best we can. Hopefully he returns. He said he plugged in his laptop. Clearly he was lying. Walter, how are you feeling about this show on a scale of 1 to 10?
Well, let's make this the the prediction that could. But yeah, I'm actually really excited. There's only maybe one match that I don't really not to, but I'm still gonna give it a 10. I'm in the SummerSlam this year. Like, I think WWE did a really good job hyping things up. So I'm excited. Better than another company who hasn't announced not one damn match for the biggest pay-per-view. But let's go.
All right. Well, you do have the old SummerSlam logo, but that's okay. I have the new one. You have the old one. We're going to throw it over now to TJS, having some early technical difficulties, but he is here at least. So we appreciate that. TJS, how are you feeling about this SummerSlam in Detroit, Michigan at Ford Field?
Well, I'm glad to be here. Happy to be here, Big G style. But, this might be a hot take. I'm not too crazy about this card. There's a lot of rematches on this card. I feel like there's not many first-time or must-see matches here. We'll get into it some more, but I have to give this a 7 out of 10 for anticipation. I'm just saying that's where I'm standing. Maybe talking about it with you fellas will get me more hype, but as we stand, 7 out of 10.
Fair enough, and I think WWE maybe could have done a better job hyping up this show. I think that the card looks strong, but they didn't really do any unique angles leading up to the pay-per-view. It was more the standard type of build-up that they do over the years. Anyways, we have a newcomer tonight. First time on the No DQ panel, coming to us from London, England. It is like past midnight there. We got Greg with us tonight. Greg, how's it going? And how are you feeling about SummerSlam in Detroit? Tell us about your fandom and how long you've been watching wrestling, and give us your introduction. Go ahead.
Oh boy. I'm Greg from London. Yes, it is past 12, but when you've been doing this for 20 plus years, I've been staying up watching the pay-per-views, etc. This is afternoon to me. So don't worry, I'm used to it. I'm used to it by now. But for SummerSlam, I'm excited. I'm excited because I think there's going to be a lot of I think the surprises is what there is to look forward to. I've got a funny feeling there's going to be a few surprises, maybe a few returns, and they've kind of got to go big because usually WWE tails off like near the end of the year before the Rumble. It quietens down.
Yeah.
So I think we need to have a really good SummerSlam and set us up for the rest of the year, really.
Yeah, that's a very valid point. You got football season here in the United States, and that tends to take a toll on WWE television viewership. And between Survivor Series and Royal Rumble, it definitely slows down a bit. But yeah, I'm hopeful with SummerSlam. They got some nice conclusions to storylines, and we also get some seeds planted for new storylines heading into the fall that keep people invested and watching. Like, WWE's done a tremendous job with the Bloodline, and it'll be really interesting to see where they go from there. Now, Greg, you're new here. We have Psycho Jet Black, who's always sending in super chats, and he's got one for you tonight. He says, Greg already cuts a better promo than Ronda Rousey. Are you a Ronda Rousey fan?
I was in UFC. She got me into UFC a good while back, along with McGregor. But yeah, she for all these years, you think you have all the people that can help you backstage. Why does she still cut such bang average promos? It baffles me crazy.
Oh, cut what?
You like her promos, TJS?
No, but
Okay.
she sucks.
Well, there you
On the
go.
mic anyway.
At least TJS has some sense. He may be like 23 years old, but he does have a little bit of common sense.
I wish she was a Paul Heyman girl and just they would have let Paul Heyman talk for her and she can just kick ass and shut up from the beginning, like never been on the mic.
Are we kicking off with that match, Aaron?
You know what? I know you guys wanted us to start with the Battle Royal, but I'm not going to do LA Knight the disservice by talking about this Battle Royal before Ronda Rousey. We're going to get Ronda Rousey out of the way right now. And this is one of the reasons why I'm not giving a 10 out of 10. I think a 9. I'm pretty excited for SummerSlam. I'm going to be there in Detroit for this, Ford Field. This is going to be my 8th SummerSlam, by the way.
Wow.
I went to 6 in Los Angeles, and then I did the 7th one in Toronto. I was at all 6 LA SummerSlams, and this will be my 8th in person. I wanted this match to be a fight pit, like
Me
an
too.
MMA rules match. What the hell is that?
Yeah.
I think it'll be entertaining. Like, I think it'll be a good match, but I really wanted the fight pit stipulation personally. So, yeah, I think it'll be a good match. Greg, we're going to start with you. We're going to put you in the hot seat since you're the newcomer. What are your thoughts on this match, and who do you see picking up the victory here?
It's another one of those matches where the build's been a bit average, apart from the really bizarre sort of video package they did on Raw, where they were both crying and like it was the biggest match of their careers. I don't know what they were told to say, but I think they're tricking the fans here because they're saying it's going to be like a MMA rules, so everyone's going to think they're going to be shooting. So everyone's going to be like, oh, it's going to be a real fight. Someone's going to get their arm broken, etc. But so it's going to be weird because them two are legit MMA fighters. I don't know if it was a shoot. I think Rousey wins, but I really don't know. I'm going to go for Baszler because I'm not too sure Rousey's in it for the long term, and they could really start something with Shayna here. They could really get the next 2 months going for her and set her up nicely in the women's division because they need a proper badass, really. I think because they have Ripley at the minute, but she's not defending the belt. She's not doing anything. So yeah, I'm going to go for Shayna for this one.
A lot of people seem to think that this is going to be Ronda's last hurrah in WWE, and she's going to put Shayna Baszler on the way out. Walter, what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I was looking forward to it being a fight pit too. I'm a little disappointed with the MMA rules because if you're doing like a legit 5-minute 3-round bout with a referee in there, I'm afraid you're going to lose the crowd. If they're not into MMA, you're going to lose the crowd. And not only that, if it was like a shoot and you did that in real life, a MMA bout can end in seconds. Why the hell would you want to put that in front of WWE event? She can grab a real arm bar and submit you, and she's done it in less than a minute. Ronda has done that, and so like I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't mess around and put that. You don't want to risk one of them actually knocking them out in moments. Then it's gonna crap all over your PLE. But I think the right thing to do is to put Shayna over if Ronda's leaving. But I'm gonna say Shayna wins because I don't see Ronda. I don't even think Ronda's heart is into WWE anymore. I think after she got the fans react, I think the fans kind of screwed with her mentality because she thought she was going to get this hero welcome, and people were like, "Get the hell out of here!" Basically, like her first run was way better than this run. I don't know what to say about this run, but I think with her promo skills and everything, and Shayna has some legitimacy to what she said in that video. Like she just got hot shotted because her name is Ronda. And I always say the best promos and the best videos have truth in them. So like, I really like that video. And on top of that, I don't know how you guys feel. To me, that video made Ronda look like the bitch and Shayna look like a face. Like, because she only used me to spar all the time with her, and so I could live somewhere free. Like the way they did it made Ronda seem like the bitch. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but if Ronda is supposed to be the face in this, then they didn't do a good job with that. But I'm gonna say Shayna wins.
I agree. I think Shayna's going to win this match. We got 3 for Shayna. TJS, who's going to win this one?
I think that Ronda. Oh, that's my. Wait a second.
You sound fine on our end.
Okay. I think that. Yeah, I think Ronda is going to lose. I think this is Ronda's last hurrah, and she's gonna put her friend over on the way out. I mean, you guys pretty much took the words out of my mouth. I really don't know who to cheer for here. Don't know who the babyface is. But yeah, I mean, MMA rules. Pretty sure that MMA takes place in a cage, but who knows? This reminds me of the Cain Velasquez Brock Lesnar match. I'm sure it's going to be similar to that. But yeah, I think Shayna wins.
All right, there you have it. 4 for 4. All of us picking Shayna Baszler. We'll see how long this lasts. Walter, anything you would like to add?
Just saying, WWE missed a huge opportunity because you should have used Ken Shamrock or something as a referee. If you're gonna do MMA, you should have used Ken Shamrock or even Daniel Cormier. You should have did something to do this cross promotion, make it feel even bigger, or use a UFC referee. Do something different to make us care. Like,
since they're owned by the same. Yeah.
You know what? A little bit of effort goes a long way, but the problem is they don't like to put in the effort. They're just like, well, we'll throw them out there. We'll call it an MMA rules match. It'll just be them doing submission holds.
Yeah.
Whoopee. They should have just done a submission match.
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
So now we'll talk about the SummerSlam, or should I say, let me start again. The Slim Jim SummerSlam Battle Royal. Slim Jim sponsoring this match, meaning that WWE had to cut something from the pay-per-view. Unfortunately, Becky Lynch and Trish Stratus were bumped off the pay-per-view, and they will now be competing on Monday Night Raw, August 14th in Winnipeg, Canada. We have the Battle Royal. LA Knight is in it. There's several people in this match. Let me see if I can get a list of the participants in this match. Of course, now I'm not seeing my list that I had up.
It's got to be Ciampa, Nakamura,
Sheamus.
Yeah, Sheamus.
Otis.
Bronson Reed.
Chad Gable. Anyways, what we're going to do is you get to pick one primary winner and then a secondary winner. For the No DQ Predictions League, you'll get 2 points if your primary pick wins and 1 point if your secondary pick wins. So you can go ahead, pick your number 1 and number 2 for this battle where you could just throw out a random name if you want. TJS, we'll go to you first on this one.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, this seems like it's going to be an obvious win for LA Knight, but could you see some kind of swerve? You know, Greg brought up maybe there being a surprise on this show, maybe a surprise entrant in the Battle Royal. Like, what do you think, man?
Man, I mean, I want to say, oh, yeah, LA Knight's going to win, but do you remember when we did Money in the Bank predictions and we're like, oh, well, this is easy. LA Knight's going to win. And then it goes all the way back. They were like, oh, LA Knight's getting a push after the Bray feud. Oh, he's getting a push after the draft. Oh, just wait until after Mania. Oh, just wait until after Money in the Bank. Wait until after SummerSlam. Like, I'm not confident. I'm not confident that he's going to win. Maybe Chad Gable wins. I'm going to go with Gable as my secondary since he had a nice little showcase on Raw. The internet seems to be hot on him, which is good. I think he's awesome. And then primary, I guess it's going to be LA Knight. You know what? Actually, secondary, I'm going to go with big Bronson Reed because I could see them trying to rebuild him. So, yeah, big Bronson Reed, secondary, primary, LA Knight.
I'm going to say LA Knight primary. I'm just going to stick with the obvious one. And then second, I'll go ahead and say Bronson Reed, like you said.
Big Bronson Reed.
Big, excuse me. Pardon me. Big Bronson Reed. Thank you for that, TJS.
Wait, Aaron, I have something to add.
Thank you.
Yeah. Look, just keep in mind that WWE did announce their return to India next month. So I'm
Oh,
wondering.
Screw you.
No,
Don't
I'm
even
wondering.
say it.
Do you think that maybe Jinder can win this?
I'm done. That's it. We're going off the air here.
They might try to push him. They might try to build him up for a match against Rollins at Super.
They're gonna push. They're gonna push his team over him. He's just in a manager role right now, isn't he?
Yeah, but still, I mean, could you imagine Jinder? I don't know.
What if Braun Breaker is a surprise entry? You know what? Screw it. I'm going to say Greg brought up surprises. How about Braun Breaker enters that as a surprise and wins? I'm going to say LA Knight, and then I'm going to pick Braun Breaker. Noah Foster, Braun Breaker is my second pick as a surprise. I feel like he's done with NXT. He wasn't at Great American Bash.
Yeah.
What else is there for him to do? Although, of course, as I say that, we got NXT as we're recording this, and he'll probably show up and start a new program.
Well,
What the hell? I'll
You know
change it. If Braun Breaker comes out there and sets up a new match, I'll go ahead and pick Bronson Reed. But for now, I'm going to pick Braun Breaker as my number 2.
I've got to change mine. Primary still LA Knight, secondary Jinder Mahal. I think it might happen. I really think it might happen.
All right.
So not Great Khali
Oh,
because of India.
yeah. Maybe he'll win the Rumble.
Oh yeah, he's winning the Rumble. Yeah, I forgot.
Psycho Jet Black sent it a $2 super chat. He says, imagine Gable Steveson throwing out LA Knight. That would be nuclear heat, I think. Like, that would be even louder boos than Domino.
Dirty Dom.
Deuce and Domino.
Deuce and Domino. Oh, my God. I don't know, for crying out loud.
What
All right. Greg, your thoughts on this match? Maybe Domino from Deuce and Domino shows up, and it comes down to Domino and Dominic in the finals of the match, and they could have Domino's Pizza sponsor the next match.
It. No more Slim Jim. It just changes to Domino Pizza.
Domino versus Dominic, sponsored by Domino's Pizza. There you go. I just gave them an idea. Greg, what do you think?
I think I'm going to avoid Juice and Domino. Primary for me, I think, is LA Knight. Because when it comes to these Battle Royals, Royal Rumble, etc., the people that make the biggest impact or are going to win it have already been announced, unless it's a massive surprise. So, like, the first 2 announced were LA Knight and Sheamus. So I think if it's LA Knight to win, I think he throws out Sheamus. Even though Sheamus is a face, LA Knight is like so over. Like, he could throw anyone out. He'll get a massive cheer. But if it's not LA Knight and we get the big surprise, I think for my secondary pick, it's going to be Big E.
Oh,
Big E.
Really? Interesting.
That would be interesting.
Has it been a year? Usually you need a year.
It's been way over a year.
Way over a year, right?
2022. Yeah, almost a year and a half. Yeah, so that would be a big one.
He's cleared as well. So imagine the reaction. And I think obviously I don't want him to cost LA Knight because obviously he'd already be announced to be in it. But if he needs to chuck over a hill. But the only thing is I don't think there'll be a big enough hill in there to sort of get that. He'll still get a reaction, I think, but he needs to like set something up. If he's not in this, I still think he may come back later in the show, but I'll talk about it.
Maybe when Kofi returns.
Yeah, Kofi could return in this match. What about Bray Wyatt? I mean, I saw a couple of comments in the chat room.
Are you really going to bring Bray Wyatt back to have him win this stupid Battle Royal?
Yeah, no.
What do you think, Walter?
I'm almost scared that there is no surprise. I feel like this is one of those things where only LA Knight, Ciampa, Nakamura, and Reed get an entrance, and then everybody else is like coming in at the same time. Like, you know what I mean? Like the generic SummerSlam.
Basically, we're putting too much stock into this match, trying to treat it like it's a big deal.
Yeah, because I almost want to say pick 1 LA, pick 2 Knight. It just pick the same person. But I think LA Knight is pick 1. And 2, since we're all saying surprises, I'll go with 1 and say Randy Orton comes back and wins. I doubt that one. I'm not being serious, but since we're all saying.
Oh yeah,
surprise,
might as well.
I say LA Knight and Orton.
All right, so that's the Slim Jim SummerSlam Battle Royal. Now we'll move on to our next match of the evening, which is a triple threat match, the only non-singles match other than the Battle Royal on this show. We got Asuka defending her women's championship. I'm still not sure what the official names are. We got the women's world title and the women's WWE title. I guess that's what they're called. Like, I'm confused, but Asuka's defending the SmackDown Women's Championship. Bianca Belair and Charlotte Flair.
Aaron,
now,
can I go first?
Yeah, TJS, you can go first again on this one. Tell us how excited you are for this one. And by the way, we're doing for the Predictions League, Noah Foster. Keep this in mind. I'll make sure I message you about it. We're doing bonus points. Will there be a cash-in in this match? Yes or no? So you get a point depending on what you say. If you say no and there's no cash-in, you get a point. If you say yes and there is one, you get a point. So TJS, we'll throw it over to you right now, and you can give us your thoughts on your high excitement for this World Championship match.
God. Well, Asuka is officially an afterthought again. So,
I was just gonna say.
You know, I don't want to say this. It's gonna hurt me to say this. Actually, Charlotte's winning the title.
Oh my god.
Yep, Charlotte's winning the title. And then you know what? And then Io's cashing in on her. I think that's what's going to happen because, you know, that allows Charlotte to rack up another championship. And then, you know, the crowd is a little bit more happy when Io cashes in and wins. I think that's what's going to happen. I've been thinking that for a little bit now. You may ask, why doesn't Asuka just retain and then feud with Io after Io cashes in? Nope. You have to get Charlotte her next championship. Yeah. So, yeah, I think that's it. I think Charlotte wins. Probably pins Asuka, and then and then Io comes out, cashes in, and wins.
Well, the Charlotte part sounds about right here. I think that they are going for that record. Charlotte's going to be the one that actually breaks the record, not John Cena. John Cena's tied with Ric Flair, but I think Charlotte's going to be the one that actually sets the record for the most title wins. So, yeah, I think en route to that, she's going to win this match, but I do not think there will be a cash-in. I'm going to say no to the cash-in. Even though I would like to see a cash-in in person, I think they're going to hold off on that a bit more. TJ.
Aaron, real quick, I just wanted to say, keep in mind that technically this is 1 year to the day since Damage Control debuted. So they could say, oh, look at Io. 1 year later, she's the Raw or she's the women's champion. I just feel like that's something that they'll tout.
Yeah, they could do that. But I'm going to go with Charlotte. And now we'll throw it over to Walter with his thoughts.
Yeah, I say no to the cash in. I think there'll be a tease of it, and somehow Bayley screws it up. And I think finally we'll get that judgment. It's going to lead to Bayley versus Io, and they're going to do that program. I'm going to be different than any of y'all picking on Charlotte. I'm picking Asuka to retain, even though she's a third wheel. She feels like a third wheel here, and that title doesn't feel like important. And so I really think she's going to, by hook or by crook, she's going to win, because I really feel like Io will eventually cash, just not, and they're going to go from rivalries to some kind of Japanese team. It's going to happen. There's going to be some kind of Japanese mafia type team in the future. So they're going to feud first, but then they're going to become friends somehow. But I think Asuka is going to retain, and she's going to get a cheap win. Like, it's going to be Charlotte and Bianca do something to each other that just lets her get a cheap win.
Can you really afford to have either of those ladies take the fall, though? I feel like they're trying to protect both of them. They're not protecting Asuka. They don't care.
Yeah.
Asuka will just lose.
And it is a shame that she's became the third wheel. This is all about Bianca versus Charlotte. But I think they're it's going to be that they hate each other so much they can't focus, and somehow that lets Asuka do the sneak a win. It's going to be some kind of stupid schoolboy roll up. Something like that.
City by the Bay. The match I'm looking forward to the most is the main event. Oh, wait, there's like 4 of them. Because on Raw, they kept saying, one of the main events of SummerSlam.
They're all main events.
Yeah. The one that has the tribal chief in it is the one I'm most excited for. Anyways, before we get to Greg, Psycho Jet Black sent in another $5 super chat. Thank you, Psycho. Says, seriously, what's going on with the women's divisions in both companies? It's like they forgot that you need to build up challengers for these champions. Yeah, very true. And both companies definitely have their issues with the women's division. And yeah, perhaps the biggest problem here is that your champion feels like the least important person in the match. And I really feel like they're trying to build up Charlotte and Bianca. That's why I feel strongly that Charlotte's going to win, and there's not going to be a cash-in because they're going to do Charlotte versus Bianca. And good luck. I mean, I don't know if Bianca's turning heel as rumored, but having Charlotte as the babyface and Bianca as the heel, I feel like that might be a tough sell. But Greg, we'll throw it over to you now with your thoughts. Go ahead.
I'm really not sure. I've had Asuka retaining for a long time, and after hearing what you guys said, I'm a bit. I'm not too sure. I just don't want Charlotte to win because I'm sorry, TJS, to break your heart here, but like.
Oh no, trust me, I want to be wrong.
I know it's like I'm done with the whole like Charlotte wins the title, loses it, goes away for a few months, comes back, gets put in a match, wins it. Like just be in a feud with someone. Like start a feud with someone that doesn't
That's
involve.
her pattern, though. That is her pattern.
I know, but imagine that's your career. Like you have no like massive rivalry with anyone because you're just holding the belt every few months. It's just I don't know what you're getting out of it. Like you've got a great character there, and she's kept the same character literally for how many years now? Like 4 or 5 years since she came up or whatever. So, like, how many title reigns is she currently on?
14, I think.
Up to like they're 13.
Yeah.
Has there been any good ones?
None that I even remember. I don't even remember them.
Her NXT wasn't bad. Her NXT title run wasn't bad.
Yeah, NXT. Everyone has like had a pretty good one in NXT, but I'm going with Asuka to retain. I think Bianca does the KOD onto Charlotte, and then Asuka comes out of nowhere and just pushes Bianca out the ring, pins her. But then we get the attempted cash-in. Bayley will come down with Io, but when Io goes to do it, Bayley will turn on her and she'll stop the cash-in to start maybe there on a little run. But I think that might need the title, but I don't know. I'm just sticking with Bayley costs Io, but Asuka will retain. Maybe the Mist will be involved as you. Maybe she'll miss Bayley or Io, and Bayley, either one. But I see Asuka retain.
All right. Well, we'll see what happens with that one. A lot of ways it could go this Saturday in Detroit. Walter?
I just want to answer Psycho's super chat. I think on Raw with Rhea, it's not their fault. I think it's the injury bug. Like there's a lot of women that are legitimately hurt, and I think Rhea's hurt herself. That's why she's not defending it as much. But she's so popular, and she's going with the judgment that they got to keep her on TV, which is why they just keep having her injure other people. I think she has like an old sports injury that keeps popping up in her knee or something. So I just think that's why she's not defending her title as much, but they're still letting her look dominant. So I think with Raw, it's just the injury bug. With SmackDown, I don't know what the hell they're doing with that women's division.
Yeah, well, Raw's got the issue too with Rhea just not defending the title.
Yeah.
Mr. Anderson sent in a $5 super chat. He says, off topic, but was wondering when your wife will be on a predictions video again. I love to hear her predictions on PLE events also. Well, funny you mentioned that because her and female Aaron were planning to return with a SummerSlam predictions video. I believe they're going to record it on Wednesday, and it should be up on the No DQ YouTube channel. There you go. They do plan on doing one. They're going to be there, obviously, for SummerSlam with me. We're all going to be there. Noah Foster is going to be there. It's going to be a fun time in Detroit. And they figured since they're going to the event in person, why not bring back the ladies of No DQ? There's the answer. They are coming back. All right, guys, we're moving on here. Next match of the evening is what could be the most viral WWE match of all time. We're going to have selfies with crazy bumps. Maybe they'll attach a phone to their ass or something and do some kind of crazy 450 splash, and you get to see it from the ass perspective. I don't know what they have planned, but apparently this is going to be a spectacle like nothing we've ever seen before. Logan Paul versus Ricochet. Now, leading into this match, I thought, okay, this is clearly a win for Logan Paul. He lost to Roman Reigns. He lost to Seth Rollins. He lost the Money in the Bank match. But then on Raw, Logan Paul got the best of Ricochet. He laid him out. And typically when that happens on the go-home show, the guy who's standing tall loses. But I'm not going to go against Logan Paul here. Ricochet is Ricochet. He is basically enhancement talent. And Logan Paul needs to be enhanced after all those losses. Logan Paul wins. I think it'll be a very entertaining match. Hopefully they don't botch too much. Hopefully it goes better than the Money in the Bank match. And it's more like their Royal Rumble moment, and they can do some really cool stuff. And hopefully it all is executed without any kind of issues. But yeah, I think it'll be a fun match. Logan Paul wins. Greg, I'm going to throw it over to you now with your thoughts.
Yeah, I think this is going to be like a showcase type match. We're going to get all the things they've done in the past with the Royal Rumble spot that they did, and Ricochet jumping over the ropes, landing on his feet, which I think's a cool little move he does. But I'm gonna go with Ricochet, which I know, and what's funny is that Logan probably needs he's only won one match on a pay-per-view, no? Like he beat Miz, right? A year ago.
He won the tag match when they teamed together also.
Oh, was that a tag match? Oh crap.
Yeah. The WrestleMania match, and then he won the singles match last year.
But only one singles match.
Correct.
Yeah.
I think.
And he's lost to like Rollins and Reigns, right? So he's not won for a while.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
I want to pick Ricochet because I think the way it ended on Raw, with the whole Logan on top and
comment about his fiance that she's gonna announce my name. I hope there's no hard feelings.
Yeah, I also think that could have been done a bit better because he built it up that he was going to really be offensive, and he could have said, "Oh, she's gonna scream my name at the end of the night." Sort of thing.
That's where I thought they were going.
Yeah, Ricochet got really mad about that. She's gonna do her job.
It's gonna sound X-rated. Yeah, she's gonna be like Logan, and then everyone's gonna be like fuming. But then he was like, he just ruined the line, and then
she's gonna announce my name. What'd
she's
you
gonna
say?
She's gonna say that I win. But so
it's PG. It's PG.
It's true, but I just thought Logan would go rogue and just for the moment. But I'm still going with Ricochet. I think it'd be a great match. I just think they can elevate Ricochet a little bit here. This is like his biggest pay-per-view match of his career. So in terms of singles, so I think he takes the win. And Logan, this match opens the night, so Logan Paul can go and see his brother get knocked out by Nick Diaz.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, Logan Paul said he wanted to have his match go on first. And as Brock Lesnar might say, Ricochet is getting paid to get his ass kicked. He's going to collect that big paycheck, but he's going to be putting over Logan Paul. Walter, do you think maybe Ricochet wins this? What are your thoughts?
I was a little shocked what happened on Raw because that made me doubt Logan a little. Plus the fact that it seems like he's putting his brother first, so they might make him lose as a, hey, you're here now. You got to start putting us first. Don't go running off to your brother's fight. But I just don't think they're gonna pass up all the viral moments that are gonna happen with Logan talking about this on his podcast and everything. I'm surprised this isn't sponsored by GoPro or something like that. They're gonna wrestle with GoPros on and show weird ass camera angles and stuff.
They probably will
with their flips and stuff. But I think Logan wins. I think it'll be competitive, but Logan would hit that knockout punch or whatever it is, that out of nowhere punch, and win. So
He's going to hit that for sure. All right. TJS, what are your thoughts?
I mean, I think it's like you said, Aaron. It's going to be it's going to be a competitive match, but I mean, at the end of the day, you have to think about the future, and I think Ricochet's already hit his ceiling in WWE. He's already won his mid-card gold. I don't think he's ever going to go anywhere past that, and I don't think that. I mean, it's Ricochet. He's going to take a loss. I think Logan wins, and it's not going to hurt Ricochet. He's already in the mud. And Vince McMahon, it feels like he's back in charge, so we know that Ricochet will typically lose when mustached McMahon is backstage running the show. So,
Jeez.
yeah.
He won't be backstage for a while. He had spinal surgery. So
you think that's gonna stop him? I think they'll say, "Wheel me in, damn it!" And he's gonna show up. I think Logan's winning. It's an easy W for Paul.
All right. Psycho Jet Black sent in a $2 super chat. Crazy that Rick has a major match while Cross doesn't.
Rick.
Did I miss something here?
Ricochet.
Oh, I thought he meant Ric Flair. I'm like, what?
No, Ricochet.
You cannot abbreviate it like that, Psycho.
I get why he did that. He did that because when you put $2, you're only allowed a certain amount of characters, and he didn't want to go past it. So he put Rick. Look, I misspell and I do the most crappiest thing in English, so I can get anybody's language. I can figure it out.
You fail English? That's impossible.
I can get anybody says anything, I can figure it out with the way I speak. I have my own damn language. I got one of these. And
all right, shout out to Robbie Weiss. Robbie sent in $5. He says, "Good show, gents. Too bad Aaron never invites me to these predictions." I should have had you on, Robbie. We had people drop tonight. Oh, well. We'll get you on next time, Robbie. Much love to you. And get on Facebook more often so you can see the chat. That's why it's difficult when people are not on Facebook to try to get them booked. Greg, case in point, when people are emailing, "Are you on Facebook? I thought I saw you on Facebook, but it looked like you weren't active," unless that wasn't you. Yeah.
No, I have a Facebook, but I haven't been on there in years.
Okay, I thought I saw your Facebook, but it's like all these people are wishing you happy birthday from 2022, and there was no activity on it. So.
Yeah, people only talk to me to wish me happy birthday on there because I don't go on there. So
smart guy.
Well, wait, when's your birthday?
It's in 10 days.
Well, happy early birthday,
Happy
man.
early birthday.
Oh, thanks. What are you sending me, TJS?
What are you sending me, TJS?
What are you sending me?
What am I what?
Sending
what
you.
Are you sending me? Well, what gift am I
sending like you can't hear.
I love how you get closer to the screen as if that. That's got nothing to do with hearing.
The man doesn't have proper air conditioning in his car.
Yeah, $1,300 to get it fixed. Oh my God! Yeah. So, happy early birthday, Greg.
Thanks, man.
The gift will be in the mail.
Checks in the mail.
Appreciate that. I'll be waiting.
All right, we're moving on here. We got some big matches. We're actually coming up to the nitty gritty here. We're coming up to the cream of the crop.
One of the main events.
So what was
one of
what was
four
that?
main events for this show, and hell, this might be the match of the night. This could be match of the year. We got Gunther defending the Intercontinental Championship. I can't say it like Noah. The Ring General, Gunther, defending his championship against Drew McIntyre.
Whoa.
This is a big match, guys, and Drew McIntyre, he could be the guy, but here's the thing, to quote good old JM Jeff Meacham, longtime no DQ personality, Gunther is so close to breaking the Honky Tonk Man's record. He has to get through SummerSlam to break that record. I think it would be crazy if Gunther did not break that record. There might not be another opportunity to break it. I think Gunther has to win this, as much as it would be a huge win for Drew McIntyre and could really make something out of him and give him some momentum again. I think Gunther has to win this. Where do you go from Drew, though, losing to Gunther in a singles match? I do think Gunther's going to win, but they got to have something for McIntyre. I don't know if it's a heel turn or what they're going to do. Gunther has to win so he can officially become the longest reigning IC champion of all time. And Dwayne, I should put you in timeout for this one. No contest. We need a decisive winner. If they do that double count out bull crap, I'm going to be mad. It has to be a decisive finish.
Aaron, will you chant bullshit if they do that?
I will. I'll film it. So, Walter, we'll go over to you. Could be match of the year. How are you feeling about this one?
I think it will steal the night. The thing is, I think Drew might win this match, but Gunther retains the title. Like, I don't see Gunther taking another title. He's too close, like you said, to the honky. I think it's gonna end up doing some screwy finish where they have to do a rematch, and then rematch comes after he breaks the record, and then Drew beats him for the title. Yeah. I think Drew's gonna eventually get the title, but it's not gonna be in the first match. So I say Gunther retains the title. I'm just not sure if he wins the match.
Right, and that's all you have to do for the predictions is pick, does he retain or not. And Dr. Scorpio said he retains by cheating in any means, which, it could be a screwy finish, setting up for a rematch after Honky Tonk's record is broken, and then McIntyre wins. Caleb Jacobs, shout out to Caleb, says, have a great day, everyone. Much love to Caleb Jacobs. TJS, we'll throw it over to you now.
Okay, I was looking it up, and on September 9th, that is when Gunther will break the record. Yeah,
that's after Payback, so he has to hold on to that for another PLE.
So I mean, it's close. It's really close. I think about how Drew still hasn't gotten his stadium moment, and I know Ford Field isn't really a stadium, but
what do you mean it isn't really a stadium?
It's a field.
Well, it's a football stadium, but
look, I don't know. Is it sold out? How many are going to be there? Do you know?
About 50,000 people. Oh. I mean, there's still a couple thousand tickets available, but they're going to have. It might end up being the second biggest attendance in SummerSlam history after Wembley Stadium. Biggest domestic attendance.
Okay. See, I didn't realize that there were going to be that many people there. Drew has not gotten his big moment in front of the fans, and man, I don't know. I'm torn. I think this is one of the hardest matches to call of the night. But I could definitely see Gunther retaining by hook or by crook. Maybe he wins with a schoolboy or something. And then, I guess it has to be Drew that dethrones him, just not right now. It would be stupid. It would be foolish if Gunther were to not break the record, because I'm tired of hearing about Honky Tonk Man. You can't really take the title seriously if you think about that as the record-setting reign.
And Elvis impersonator is the longest time.
Yeah, put Gunther and Honky side by side. Gunther is definitely the superstar, and I think he's gonna win. I don't know how, but I'm going with Gunther to leave SummerSlam with the championship. And I think it'll be probably match of the night.
All right, Greg, we'll wrap it up with you for this match. What are your thoughts?
I think it'd be another great match. It's going to be, it'll be close to being match of the night. It'll be similar to WrestleMania, obviously minus Sheamus. I've got Gunther retaining. A clean win as well. I think a clean win. Because I think he literally is being built up as the guy after Reigns. It's looking like, apart from, you got your Codys and stuff, but he's the guy that I think will be. I think he's keeping this title till WrestleMania.
Wow.
But I was thinking today about it, thinking, do you know what would be a great match for, say, if you keep him really heel and he doesn't get some face chance or whatever, you keep him really heel and you have the struggle of LA Knight up until WrestleMania. LA Knight beating him for the IC title at WrestleMania would get a massive pop at WrestleMania. So I would, depending on how both of their next 6 months go,
Yeah.
I'd keep that up. But I think Gunther retains, and then depending what McIntyre does, he might turn heel or do something afterwards. I think we're gonna get a new feud for Imperium, and I think we might get Lashley.
I was gonna ask about that. That would be good.
Lashley and his newfound friends, Street Profits, will probably be called the Bad Street Profits or something. I don't know. They'll surely change their name. Or
The
something.
Mean Street Profits.
Oh no!
Oh,
Why would
no.
you say that?
That's horrid. That's horrid.
Oh,
That's
The
rude.
Avenue Profit instead of Street.
good night, everyone.
Man, I don't know. I just think that this is the night and this is the moment to make an impact. And just like Money in the Bank, where McIntyre came out and confronted Gunther, I think. I don't think he comes out at the entrance. I think he'll come out of nowhere, like a Shield debut, where he'll come out and with Street Profits, and Michael Cole will be having a big old hissy fit. He'll be like, "Oh my God, that's the Street Profits! They're good guys. They're good guys. What are you doing?" And they're like beating up Gunther. And I know Gunther's a heel, but maybe there might be a turn here because I don't know. It depends how they portray Lashley and the Street Profits, but that's just my thing on the side. But Gunther retains for sure.
No, never turn Gunther. Gunther has to be one of those people that stay heel. For it's like I don't care who
Yeah, I
cheers
love him as a
for
heel. I love him. I love him as a heel. I think everything he does is like the way he respects the mat and everything. It's just amazing.
I mean, he
That
almost
doesn't seem very heelish, though.
I agree. He feels more like a tweener, or not even I mean, I guess they've made him heel recently, where he's ganging up on people or whatever. But yeah, I mean, I'm just worried because I have not forgotten that Vince had Walter lose in like 2 minutes at Survivor Series.
Never forget.
Yeah, I have not forgotten, so I'm a little bit worried.
But I think
don't know.
he's proven himself to Vince when he got himself in that shape and everything.
Yeah.
He did everything Vince had. I think he proved himself. I really see him with the main title in 2024, 2025.
I think that he might get the dancing gimmick like Vladimir Kozlov.
Oh,
I'm
stop!
worried. I'm worried.
You don't get the Iron Man of the Rumble for nothing. So like,
Yeah, that's
Vince-
true. But
Vince does that to all foreign people, though. He makes them a dancer. Or Ivan went from this big Russian against Sergeant Slaughter, or teaming with Sergeant Slaughter against Hulk Hogan. Look what they did to his character after that. Look what they did to Kyle. Yeah, he does have.
Look, I mean, look what they did to Keith Lee. Like, look, Vince has like gradually became more and more in the picture, and that's why I'm concerned. So yeah.
I mean, it's a fair concern, but at the same time, damn you for putting this stuff out there in the universe. It's not cool, man.
They're gonna be watching this.
always
Yeah.
TJS.
You never know.
I'm sorry.
All right, guys, let's move on here. We got 3 matches left, 3 main event caliber matches left. First match is for the World Heavyweight Championship on Monday Night Raw. Seth freaking Rollins in a rematch from Money in the Bank against Finn Balor. Now, of course, the whole storyline here is Damian Priest has the Money in the Bank contract, and what is he going to do with that briefcase? Is he going to cash in and cost his Judgment Day brother the match? Will he cash in after Balor loses, perhaps? What is going to happen here with Damian Priest? What is his agenda? How will that play into this? The problem with this match for me is that it feels pretty much like a carbon copy of Money in the Bank. Like we already had this story told. To me, I'll go first on this one. To me, there's no sense in doing this rematch unless Finn Balor is winning, because otherwise you're just going to be repeating the same exact story you did at Money in the Bank. Or you could just have Rollins beat Balor clean without Priest out there at all. But I think the most interesting story is Finn Balor winning the title, Damian Priest having to make a decision, and he decides to help his brother win the title and does not cash it on does not cash it in on him right now, that's going to be the hook for the future weeks and months. Finn Balor will have the title. Damian Priest has that briefcase as a little bit of insurance. If somebody does beat Finn Balor for the title, Priest can cash it right in on that guy. And they can play up on that. And they can also tease dissension with these guys. And will Priest betray Finn Balor and cash in on him? It's a way more interesting story. Now, normally I would not want to see Rollins lose the title so quickly because he just won it. He's the first champion. I would like to see the first champion have a lengthy run with the title. But in this case, I think the more interesting story is with Finn Balor winning and then having Priest there with the briefcase. And you're going to wonder, where is this going? How is this going to end? I'm going with Finn Balor to win the championship. So, Greg, with that being said, I'll throw it over to you now.
Yes, I agree with the whole. I would have liked Seth to have the belt for maybe a few more months. I think it's nice to have some solid title reigns, especially Rollins is defending it, so he's like, no offense to any other champions, sorry, Reigns, etc., Rhea, but he's been defending it, house shows, etc., all different places. He only won it 2 months ago, so it's quite a short reign if you think about it for a world title. But I think they're going to try and get some history behind this world title. I'm going for Balor to win. I think Priest comes out. He helps Balor win. He helps him win the title. Rollins gets screwed over. In the match, they'll play off the match from, was it 2018, 5 years ago, when they had the match before with the injury. That spot will definitely get put in there somehow. The spot against the barricade, I'm sure of it. They love all that stuff.
Yeah, they do. They love it.
So you're like, oh my god, he's doing the same move.
This is the same move that injured Balor.
Balor is going to be out for another 10 years. But no, so Cole will be freaking out. But I think he comes out, he helps Balor win. And they're like, he's done it. He's finally redemption 5 years later. He's finally done it. And then in that moment, everything changes. Priest is going to whack him over the head with the briefcase, cash in there and then. And that's where we're going to get a new champion for Priest. I can't believe I'm saying that after what happened a few months ago at Money in the Bank. I did not predict him. But he will win the title. The next pay-per-view is like Payback, right?
Yeah, Payback on September 2nd.
Yeah, that's only a few weeks ago. Exactly. So, so I think he's doing that. I'm not sure what Rollins does in the meantime. Maybe it's like a triple threat at Payback, and I think Balor might have a new little group. Maybe JD McDonough is involved. I would like to see that, a nice little maybe British group or something. That'd be pretty cool for us lot. But I think we're getting a cash in and a new champion, and yeah, that's what I think is going to happen.
I forgot to mention my prediction for the cash-in. I'm going to say no cash-in, and that they're going to play out that storyline for a while with Priest holding the contract. Nathan, to answer his question, I don't think so, but I do know that Seth Rollins did an interview recently and said that he's been feeling hurt, and he might take some time off. Would not shock me if Rollins drops the title and then takes a break for a while. He's been going hard for years now. Like, when's the last time Seth took a break? It's been a while.
Plus he's got his kid.
He's got his kid. He might take a couple months off and maybe come back at the Rumble.
I was told that he may take a break, but he may not. But he may. So
plans might change.
Plans may change.
Thanks, Dave.
So yeah, don't be surprised if he does, but I also wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't.
Right.
They said,
well said, well spoken, TJS.
They said Moxley was supposed to take a break. Whatever happened to that?
Well, I think the Punk thing kind of threw a loop in that, threw a wrench in that.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, we got a couple of super chats here, and then we'll get TJS's prediction. Building Nexus sent in $2. Thank you for that. Says, could Finn winning destroy Judgment Day?
Yes.
I mean, I think that's ultimately where it's going to go. But keep in mind, with the bloodline being split, I think you don't want to do a split with Judgment Day right now. I think you want to keep their storyline going for a while and give that a good 6 months. Just my take on it, though. Like, I don't want to see two factions being split up storylines at the same time. And the bloodline thing is still playing out. We still got Solo involved, and I think there's still, as they said, there's more innings to this. We have not gotten to the 9th inning of the bloodline storyline just yet. I think there's more to come, but we'll talk about that in a few minutes. Mr. Anderson sent in a $2 super chat. Thank you for that. He says, Bray Wyatt returns and costs Seth Rollins the title. Are we just going to predict Bray Wyatt might show up in every match? He might show up in one match, but he might show up in another match. If he doesn't, plans change.
He'll show up in all of them.
He'll show up in all of them. That would be something. The first time
All his
ever.
characters.
Bray
All his
Wyatt,
different characters.
different character every match. One time he's out there as original Bray Wyatt, then he's the Fiend, then he's Uncle Howdy, and
Funhouse Bray.
Funhouse, and he can come out there in the Rambling Rabbit suit. He can
Husky Harris.
Harris. There you go. All right, Walter, we'll get your thoughts now, and then we'll move on to the other two main events. Go ahead.
I thought TJS was next.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Aaron. No, I mean, so you said that that the bloodline has a lot more innings. I don't even think we're at like the second inning for this Judgment Day story, because there are reports that WWE sees this as the successor to the bloodline story, the Judgment Day, that is. So yeah, I mean, I think they're in it for the long haul. Could you see Seth retaining and then Priest cashing in on Seth, and then he says, I could beat Seth, but you couldn't. And then Finn says, well, I, beat him. I softened him up for you, blah, blah, blah. Well, I guess you couldn't see that because you didn't predict it, Aaron. No, I think Seth has to win. I think that they're going to extend the reign. I think Seth has earned this reign. He's been playing second fiddle to Roman, and I think he should have a good long reign. But the question is, where does Finn and the Judgment Day go from here? I don't know, but I think Seth is leaving with the title.
All right. What do you think, Walter? TJS is going with the champ to retain. What do you think?
I think you gotta, the fact that WWE keeps mentioning that 7 years, so they keep like jamming it down our throats.
The 7-year bitch.
It'll make Balor look so weak if all that. This is all I can think about for 7 years, and then he can't beat Seth. So I think you almost have to go with Finn. I'm gonna say Finn, and I'm gonna say no cash in. I think it's going to be maybe Damian kind of stares at the briefcase a little too long and then stares at Finn, but then nothing happens because I think they drag it out. Like, the best thing they did with the bloodline is drag it out. They didn't give you everything you needed all at once. Right. It wasn't like all in your face. So the best thing you can do is, what the heck is so funny?
The 7-year bit.
Oh, geez.
That was such a stupid line, man.
We can tell you're young, man. That makes you laugh for like 12 minutes.
No, Vince. I'm laughing because Vince was probably like, "Oh yeah, 7-year pit, yeah."
He's out of.
Call him that.
He's out of touch. But yeah, the fact that Finn's got to win, and then you threw me off my train of thought.
I'm sorry,
but no, the Judgment Day is going to be slow.
Reliable.
It's going to be slow. So, and plus, I just think visually it would be better for the Judgment Day if everyone has something in their hands. So Balor has that title. This Damian has the case. Rhea has her title, and now Dom has his title. So it just makes them look dominant, and like it just looks like they have everything, and everybody has the gun from them, and then they really do run Raw now. So like I think visually it just looks better. So I mean, it's a new title. You want to establish it. You need a lengthy reign, but then you book this story, so it kind of like forces you to make Rollins lose it. And the title will still feel important because Damian has the case. Everybody's gunning for it, but you got to book Balor strong as well while he has this title. You got to let him defend it. and start winning clean. You can't keep depending on Judgment Day to keep bailing you out of everything, because that's kind of what screwed Roman. Like a lot of Roman's wins, a lot were not clean, so it kind of like weakens it. So
man, you
I
guys
just think that's what's gonna happen. I think Balor wins this title. If not,
really,
he's gonna look like the bitch if he loses.
the 7 year. I mean,
bitch.
I mean, you guys are really tempting me to change my pick, but to be different, I'm gonna stick with Seth.
All right, fair enough. Now, to answer a question in here, with the PLEs on Peacock, yes, it is on demand. You can watch it on demand after the show ends. You can go on Peacock and start it from the beginning. I know some people were having problems when it first started, but I believe they got that worked out. At least I hope they did. I actually haven't been in a scenario.
Has your network been updated in America?
Well, it's on
We
Peacock.
don't have the network anymore.
It's on the WWE network is on Peacock now.
But you mean, has it been updated? Because it's been updated here, and it's like horrid.
If you try to get the WWE app here in America, it'll cancel it out and say it don't exist anymore. It won't do it anymore. You can't watch nothing on it.
Yeah, you have to use a VPN. But no, Peacock has not been updated. It has other things on it, like WWE is like a sidebar on the Peacock app. So it's not. But I heard about the new UI on the network. Heard it's not great.
Yeah, the original network was pretty good back in 2014, but then they ruined a good thing, just like Elon Musk ruined Twitter, and it's now X.
Yeah. Speaking of the PLEs, did you agree with me with that, Aaron? Because I lost the stream after I super chatted you about that. It just seems like they don't care since they don't got to sell the
very
pay-per-view
true.
anymore.
They got your money, so they do what they want. You know.
Well, you know what's. I mean, it's weird because AEW does have to sell the pay-per-views, yet not a single match has been announced for All In.
Right. Well, they got the 75,000 people in the building, so why do you need to announce any matches?
I guess there's just not going to be any matches.
It's a new era, guys. Like what applied in 1998 doesn't apply anymore. Back in the day, you actually had to, if you wanted people to spend $50 on a pay-per-view or buy tickets, you actually had to hype up a card. Now, it doesn't matter.
You're going to go to the empty stadium, all these people, and it's just going to be lights in an empty ring. There's going to be no matches. It's like Vince with the whole God was in the match. Just lights.
And remember, this is like a lot of British UK people in London on a Sunday night before a Monday. They're already going to be pissed. So, like, you don't want to upset them anymore. So that needs to be a good card. So they need to start putting matches on this week on Dynamite.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it feels like it's intentional for them to not. And then you had Punk say the line. That's not the topic of this video.
No.
I think we're going to move on to one of the main events.
Yes, but first, Psycho Jet Black with a $5 super chat. Thank you for that. Says, Priest cashes in, making it a triple threat, but Damian and Finn recreate the finger poke of doom. Finn pins Damian, becomes the world champion.
Hell no. Don't put that out there, Psycho. Please.
That's almost as bad as TJS's suggestions.
It's going to happen.
I mean,
just wait. I have another one.
If Vince Russo was on the creative team, we might end up seeing something like that. But thankfully, he's not. And I think Triple H has enough power where we're not going to see something that ridiculous.
I hope you're right, man. I every day I worry more about Vince just completely taking the control.
I know you do. You're traumatized.
TJS, did you say whether there would be a cash in or not? Because I think we all had to say that. I said no. So.
I don't think so. I don't think there will be a cash in.
Yeah. Greg did though.
Yeah, Greg was the only one, right?
Yeah.
All right,
Greg's
guys.
old.
Let's move on now. We got two main events to discuss. We got the third match of this series. Why they're feuding, we don't really know. Brock Lesnar is just a beast. He's a maniac. He does what he wants when he wants. We got Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar in a regular match.
No, I think this is a rubber match, is what they said.
Oh, yeah. It doesn't actually mean anything, but yeah. A rubber match. They're not actually going to use pieces of rubber and hit each over the head with them. It's just going to be a straight up wrestling match, but they'll probably brawl in the crowd or fight on the announce table or whatever the hell they usually do in these matches. I'm guessing because you got the tribal combat, you got the MMA rules. They didn't want to do a stipulation for this, but I feel like this being the rubber match, it really needed a little something extra, like a cage or a bull rope match or something, like
eye for an eye.
Eye for an eye, like that. How scary would that be? Going against Brock Lesnar in an eye for an eye match.
These are the type of matches that you screwed up by watering down the Hell in the Cell stipulation, because that would have been perfect for this.
Yes.
But you kept it as a PLE and screwed the whole concept of it up.
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed that they don't have a stipulation for this, and it was weird to me, the angle they did on Raw, because it was like a weaker version of what they did the week before. The week before, you had Cody's family there, his mom there, and you had Brock beating down Cody in front of Cody's mom. And then you follow that up with another beatdown on Cody without Cody's mom there. It felt less impactful. I was really let down with the build-up on the go-home show. I think Cody has to win, though. Yeah, they should have flipped it. They should have, but they didn't. I think Cody wins. I mean, they're building him up probably for Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 40. Cody's got to win this one, right? But, I mean, I would not be shocked if Brock won. TJS, we'll go to you on this. What are your thoughts?
Well, Aaron, in the words of yourself, I don't care about this match.
Wow. That's bold.
I don't care about Cody anymore. He lost to Roman. That's it. Like,
did virtue take over your body?
Like, seriously, like, in hindsight, I said, I think Reigns should win at Mania. So then at SummerSlam, you can have Cody versus Reigns, with Cody cashing in Money in the Bank, calling a shot. Nope. And you're right, Aaron. They should have had a stipulation for this match, because I heard the rumors. They're like, oh, well, there's going to be a match that we haven't seen in a while at this show in this match. But nope, it's just a grudge match. That's what we got here. And yeah, I guess Cody wins. But yeah, I really just don't care, because what do you have Cody do after this? Where does he go? I don't know. Because if he wins the world title, who cares? It's not the same. I don't know. He's floundering to me. I don't think a lot of people agree, but I just don't care. And yeah, I heard something about Bray versus Cody. Sure. I would like to see Bray back, but as of right now, I do not care about this match, and I do not care about Cody Rhodes.
Now, they did do this video package on Raw, which, I mean, that could have been the last thing they did. They really didn't even need Brock Lesnar and Cody out there in front of the crowd.
Didn't they just do another pull-apart brawl on Raw, wasn't it?
Yeah, pretty much, and then Brock beat him down. That's
right, yeah. So the last good pull-apart brawl was like Brock versus Undertaker. That was actually believable.
I mean, that was a long time ago. Yeah,
right,
almost 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So yeah, Cody wins, I guess.
Well, they've been doing pull-apart brawls with Brock Lesnar since he returned to the company. Remember John Cena when Brock returned? They did. That was a good pull-apart brawl, but that was before they did like 30 of them since.
It's so lazy. It's like the laziest thing that you can do.
I agree, man. Yeah. I feel like this is one of those matches that should be a bigger deal than it is, but maybe they'll pull out all the stops. And, I think of last year when Brock brought that forklift to the ring. Like, how do you top that with Brock Lesnar this year?
I feel like a pull-apart brawl is as lazy as a heel making fun of the local sports team to get heat. Like, it's that cheap now.
Right. Yeah, it is pretty cheap. All right. Well, Walter, we'll go to you now with your thoughts on this.
I think it's the rubber match. You got to go with Cody because you're building it. Like, what else can you do? Now, I think it's a little bold by not having a stipulation because Cody has nothing to hide behind you. It's one of those booked in the corner type things. If you want to make Lesnar look strong in defeat, you could have had. What they should do is now that Lashley has this new group, he should beat the living shit out of Brock Lesnar, cost him this match, and then they should go right back because Lashley never got his revenge. Like, and they just went nowhere with it. Like, he cost you the WWE title. This guy Brock cost you, and they never went anywhere with it. Like if it was real life, Lashley should have been came back at Brock. So like some way that now that he's got backup in a new group, they should have put Lashley back in with Brock, and that's where you can go for after that. But I say Cody wins. Like if it was no DQ or something, then I would think, or a hardcore, Lashley can do that with his group, interfere, but then again, I don't think Cody would take that cheap win. He'll get mad about that. But then that's something for Cody to do after too, because now he could feud with Lashley for why are you in my business type thing. So, but I think Cody wins.
Now, there's rumors about Bray Wyatt. We talked about Bray Wyatt earlier. Could he show up at the end of this and feud with Cody Rhodes? I'm just going to say I feel he's not going to show up at SummerSlam, but you never know. Psycho Jet Black sent in a $2 super chat, says, seriously, keep Bray Wyatt away from Cody or Brock Lesnar. I mean, who would you even have Bray Wyatt feud with at this point? Is there anybody?
There's no need for Wyatt in SummerSlam. There's like no need. He has nothing to do with.
Yeah. I mean,
I really miss Bray though. Like truly.
Yeah. I mean, as Greg said, it'd be nice if we had some surprises on this show, but I don't know where Bray even fits in at this point.
I would love it if they had Halloween Havoc as a WWE PLE, and then you use that to bring back Wyatt and some scary shit like that would be thorough. If you did that and use something scary like that and bring Wyatt, that's when you bring him back. But in August and SummerSlam,
All right, we'll get Greg's thoughts and then we'll go on to the main event. Greg,
yeah, I'm really surprised by this because they could have done some sort of stipulation. Like it's a shame these days because we get so many of these feuds that go on and these matches. We have like 4 or 5 matches with the same person, the same people. And it's just singles match. It's, you can use a weapon. Back to singles match. They don't try to bring in different feuds, different stipulations these days. Like this match would have been perfect for like a last man standing. Like Cody trying to keep Brock down for 10 and like the whole like, can he do it? He gets up last minute and stuff and I don't know. Finally defeats the beast. But I'm going for a Cody win. They got to keep this guy strong because obviously he's supposed to be maybe the next guy or the guy to finally take Reigns down if he does.
Right. Yeah.
Maybe them. I was thinking, will it be like Brock and Cena years ago, where Brock will dominate? Obviously, he won that match right against Cena.
We're not the first one. Brock lost the first match.
Oh, what was the one where
he beat the living shit out of Cena, but he lost.
Yeah, the pay-per-view when Brock first came back, he lost to John Cena and
Extreme Rules, yeah.
And then a couple years later at SummerSlam, that's when Lesnar destroyed Cena after he ended the streak.
Yeah, was it the same year or the year? No, the year after. It was when he did like a million suplexes and just beat him clean.
26. No,
2014. That was the last day.
Really?
SummerSlam.
Yeah. But he could easily do that, and then suddenly Cody, survives and beats him. I'm not saying like roll up or anything like that. Not like that. I'm just saying he does a crossroads. I don't know, something a move out of nowhere and beats him. But there might be some blood. I don't know. Because I was also thinking, what if Brock does what he did to Orton all them years ago and where he hardwired him with the elbow. I was thinking, what if he just does? Cody will agree to it. He'll be like, "Yeah, let's do it."
Yeah, just like, beat my ass for real, bro.
He's like, "I'm not letting Mox have all the glory. How dare Mox have all the blood? I haven't bled for 6 months." So I can see that maybe because they've got to spice this up. It can't just be like a fight and a clean win for Cody. There's got to be some spice to it. So. Even though this match, I think this match happens, and then we get the battle royal, and we get the main event. So I think there's going to be like a bit of a gap. So they might make this quite a juicy match. But Cody for the win for me, I think.
Yeah, we could see some blood in this one if they do the hard way blood. That's certainly a possibility. I'd like it. I'd like to see some blood.
We need something in this. I think.
Yeah, and Alias Jenny brought up Randy Orton. I don't think we're going to see Orton at this show. Like. All signs are pointing to him not being ready yet, but I hope he does come back. We're all wanting to see Randy Orton come back and have one more run. But yeah, I'm not expecting him. And yeah, what happened to Carlito? Like we all thought he signed a deal and he never showed up. It would be, if we get any surprises on this show, I think it'll be in the Battle Royal. Like we'll get a surprise entrant. But other than that, I really don't see any. Oh, Greg, go ahead.
Just quickly, I think if Orton does, if he somehow is like we've been played and he is cleared, and he just shows his face and comes back, I think he confronts Gunther, and that's like his next big sort of IC title feud. That was my thought until I thought maybe not, because I don't think he will be coming back. But if he does, I think he comes back and confronts Gunther.
Yeah, that would be a good one. I'd be down for that. All right, guys, we're ready for the main event. The main event of a show filled with main event matches. We got Roman Reigns defending his undisputed WWE Unified Universal World Championship, whatever you want to call it, defending it, and the title of Tribal Chief against his cousin, Jey Uso, in a tribal combat match. They've done a tremendous job with this storyline. As I mentioned earlier, this is the match I'm most excited for. This is going to be a really fun match, very entertaining, and I'm really intrigued about where they go from here. Like we said, this is 9 innings, and I think they're still on like the 5th or 6th inning of this. I still think there's a lot more to come as we get into WrestleMania 40. Greg, I'm going to go right back to you on this one. What are your thoughts? Where do you see this going, and what's the follow-up here? How does this show end? What are your thoughts?
This obviously, with these two and what they've done this year, this should be an absolute. Obviously, they know each other inside and out. This could be a classic. It's about time Reigns defended his title. I still can't believe it's WrestleMania. The last time, well, his last win I think was WrestleMania, right? Like I don't think he's won a match since then, as in like a pay-per-view, that is.
Yeah, he lost the match with Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, and then Usos won it Money in the Bank. Yep. Yeah,
so for me, he needs a win. So for me, he's winning. Like I've in my time of predictions, I've only predicted him to lose twice. Obviously, Cody, which is my only match I got wrong at WrestleMania, which was pissed. And Drew Clash at the Castle. I got pulled in.
Right.
But other than that, I always, as Virtue says, you got a back Reigns. Like no matter what you think, you got a back Reigns. I see Jimmy coming down and doing the whole like Jimmy's back. He's gonna help Jey win. This is the moment. You know, whether Solo is at ringside or not, he's maybe been he's been knocked down before. Now they're gonna do it. He's gonna finally win. But then Solo does come out of nowhere, like he has done before.
Yeah.
That's the story. Because when it finally happens, and spoiler alert, Solo eventually becomes the one to maybe turn on Reigns and go for him. I think he's going to be like, remember who was there for you for like a year and a half now. Remember who helped you at WrestleMania, Clash at the Castle, all these matches. I was there for you. So like, he's going to be there to help him again. I think we're going to get a Reigns a win. We're going to get like the last couple of SummerSlams. He'll be standing in the ring. Maybe the Usos are down. Solo might be next to him. And then don't hate me for this, because I'm not always expecting returns and people to show up. And it might not make sense, but just for the shock at the end and for the who people don't know what's going to happen next, I think Bray comes out and confronts him.
Oh, God, here we go with Bray Wyatt again. We're predicting Bray Wyatt for every match, and he's going to show up in none of them.
I only predicted him for this match. I don't think he's coming in any other match. For me, this is the only match I think it makes sense in the main event. I think for the impact, that's what everyone wants the surprise for. Because whether we get any surprises during the show, this would be the biggest in terms of his return. Main event, lights out, Bray standing in the ring face to face with Reigns, Cole screaming, thinking, "What's going to happen next? This is crazy." Blah blah. Nothing's gonna. I can't see. Bray's not gonna like take the belt off him. It's just something to keep Reigns busy up until Rumble.
Yeah, fair point. Sean Garner says, when does Solo Sikoa turn on Roman? And I think that That is a very interesting question. And Building Nexus sent in $5. Thank you for that, Building Nexus. Says, I predict Roman Reigns will get laid out after he wins. R.I.P. Pee Wee Herman. Again, thank you for that, and R.I.P. to Paul Rubens. I think that there is a possibility that something happens with Solo here. Not sure what, but I could see Roman winning, maybe even clean. Perhaps Jimmy could show up, but I'd rather see Roman win clean, and then afterwards, Roman Reigns is going to finish off Jey Uso once and for all, and he's going to order Solo to finish off his brother, and maybe that's when Solo says enough is enough, and you have some kind of dissension between them. I definitely think Solo is next in line here. Maybe Jimmy is next and then Solo, but I don't see Roman Reigns losing here. I think he's holding the title to WrestleMania 40. Mr. Reliable, what do you think is going to happen?
I don't think the end result is difficult to predict. I think what happens after the match is what's difficult, like where the story is taking. Because I think we all think Roman's going to win. Jay's not winning the match. It's where they go from here that's hard to predict. I think under the tribal rules, Solo can't interfere. He's not supposed to be. It's disrespectful to his heritage. He's not supposed to go anywhere near this match. So if he does, that might be. You guys think it'll get Solo against Roman? I think Roman would get pissed at him because if you notice when he tried to hit Jay and the thing, he took his arm, he stopped him because he's like, this is a tribal. That's why they did that. Nose to nose. A lot of people don't know what that meant, but it's the younger Samoan warrior challenging the older Samoan warrior. It's like when lions challenge each other for the pride. Like that's what this is. That's what the tribal rules is.
Right, and you don't have the third lion jumping in.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that's. So if he does do it, then. But like I said this a while ago, that Roman's got to run the gauntlet. That it's going to be Jay, Jimmy, and then Solo eventually, and I said then he'll be on the Island of Relativity all by himself, and then eventually the face turn is coming. So that's where I think this is all leading. Solo gets run over by a car from an unknown driver. I did it. Yeah, and The Rock might come back, so I did it for The Rock again.
Solo gets run over by his dad.
And of course, there's the small, and I really do think it's a small chance that maybe The Rock shows up at the end as a cliffhanger, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's highly unlikely. I would be legitimately surprised if The Rock showed up at the end.
I just love it for the pop. The noise would be unbelievable. You'll be there live, so you probably would like that. The reaction would go crazy if that would happen. Like I think like Stone Cold Attitude Era, like back in the day, like kind of reactions. Like it'll be the biggest reaction in a very, very long time if that happened.
Yeah.
But I say Roman wins. Like I said, I think the victor is easy to predict. It's where they go from there that's hard.
Yeah, very, very true. All right, TJS, lots of ways this can go. What are you leaning towards?
Well, first I want to know, Aaron, do you pop at wrestling shows or are you quiet? Like you just don't?
Depends. It has to be something that really creates something that I feel is very memorable and hit the right note. If I hear the right note at a concert, I'll react.
Will you throw up the one for Reigns at SummerSlam?
No, I will not.
No,
he only pops when Brie mode comes on.
Right, exactly. If Brie Bella comes out there, then I'll pop. I'll mark out.
Oh God. Okay. Man, I don't know about you guys, but this is gonna be a hot take. I'm kind of getting tired of these formulaic bloodline matches.
I hear you. I get that.
You know, I mean, there's going to be no ref bump in this one. Well, there probably still will be, even though it's no DQ. I'm just kind of tired of the formula of these matches. Hopefully it's different this time since it's tribal combat, but Roman's already beat Jey. And for that reason, I'm just kind of like, I mean, I think this will be fine, but it's going to go like 40 minutes probably. The first 20 are going to be slow.
Roman Reigns going to the outside and
yeah,
yelling at the fans, and
yeah,
then he's gonna put him in a headlock, and he's gonna yell at the
I
fans.
do this all day. I'm the chief. And then you're gonna have people on X say, "This is cinema. Oh my god,
This is cinema."
Yeah, I don't know. I think Reigns is the GOAT. Well, maybe not the GOAT, but the best right now. But I'm tired of the formula. And I feel like there were better opponents for SummerSlam than Jey Uso. Anyway, yeah, I think Roman's gonna win. Obviously, there's no way that Jey is ever gonna win the title or be the chief. Like, it's silly. I don't think there's ever, no chance in hell. But yeah, Roman wins. And where does this go? Well, I think in September you have Jimmy, who gets his payback on Roman for beating his brother Jay at SummerSlam. So you have Roman versus Jimmy at Payback.
Right.
And then after that, I think the Usos might take some time off, because you cannot have them on the same brand as Roman after this, I don't think. And I see the bloodline story just, Solo and Roman still are together, and they just go all through Rumble, and it continues on with just Roman, Solo, and Heyman. But yeah, I think Roman wins, and I don't think there's going to be a cliffhanger. I think the show's just going to end with Roman and Solo and Heyman standing tall.
Man, you are a Debbie Downer here.
I'm tired of it, man.
The system has broken you.
Yeah, so look, compare this SummerSlam to last year's SummerSlam when we had Triple H at the helm. I mean, you can't do that yet, but let's just see how it plays out.
All right. Dave is a Beastly sent in a $2 super chat. Thank you for that. Says, we need a Rock versus Roman Reigns match. There's money to be made.
Too late.
I mean, they could still do it at WrestleMania 40, and maybe that is their game plan. But I mean, I still think it's going to be Cody. I think Cody planted the seed when he said, as we mentioned, one by one, the entire bloodline is going to leave Roman Reigns, and Roman will be all by himself at WrestleMania 40. Cody Rhodes wins the Royal Rumble, gets his rematch, and finishes the story. And that's the official end of the bloodline storyline. Cody finishing the story.
I'm still thinking Solo wins the Rumble and Solo beats Roman at Mania.
You never know. Could be Solo, could be The Rock. It has to be one of those three, right? At this point, I don't think it's going to be somebody like Braun Breaker.
No.
Yeah. But yeah, it'll be interesting. Like Walter said, it's not so much the match itself, but the aftermath. But TJS thinks there's going to be nothing. I would be surprised if there's nothing, because they like to do these epic endings. They like their cinema at the end of SummerSlam.
I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. I hope that there's a lot more to this than I'm thinking that there will be. Because trust me, I don't want the show to end with Roman just like
right?
Yeah, I don't want that. Well, you know what? Today's August 1st, August 1 warning. Maybe Tito Ortiz shows up. Maybe Tito Ortiz confronts Roman after the match. August 1 warning.
Building Nexus sent in a $2 super chat. Says, if they do Roman Reigns and The Rock at WrestleMania, maybe Cody wins sooner. See, the thing is, I don't think Cody will win it at any other place but WrestleMania. Like, WrestleMania seems like the place for Roman, although some people might say, well, that's too predictable. Although if it's Cody versus Roman again, I think people would pick Cody. But it's tough to say. Like, you want, maybe Jey does win here. Like, because people are not thinking Jay's going to win. Like, should they go with something people are not expecting? Because if it's Cody versus Roman again, then everyone's going to think Cody's winning, right?
Look, yeah, I mean, if this, I just don't think this needs the title. I think Reigns should have just lost the title, and you could have this match where is Jey going to actually become the tribal chief? Because I wouldn't doubt that he becomes the chief. I doubt that he becomes the world champion, if that makes sense, So I just don't think the title's needed.
Yeah, I mean, people have definitely made that argument. But I do think that the last couple months it's been interesting with the title still being a factor. But yeah, I mean, Cody should be the one to end it. Feels like he's got the momentum, and he still has the momentum, even though he lost at WrestleMania, and they could definitely build that up. We got a little bonus question here before we wrap this up from Psycho Jet Black. He wants to know from Greg, who are your favorite British wrestlers?
Oh boy. Yeah, you can't not mention British Bulldog.
Yeah, I was thinking him too.
Obviously, even though couldn't cut a promo to save his life, bless him. And was obviously jacked out of his mind. But that was the 90s for you. But yeah, what's funny is that when I started watching WWF, obviously not was like 2000 or late 99 2000. So he was doing that weird era where he was in his like jeans and stuff, and I was like, what happened to this guy? Like, he looked so good in the early 90s. Obviously, I know steroids was avoided now, but geez, like, what happened? But yeah, him, and obviously Regal. Regal for everything that he's done. I loved him in the early stages when he was commissioner, and just being a typical British heel. But those two probably stand out for me from the good old days anyway.
Yeah, poor British Bulldog. By that point, like, he was taking bumps into a big pile of dog food, or no, not dog food, dog poop.
Dog poop.
Rock bottom into
You never saw that, TJS?
No, I haven't seen
Oh my
that.
God!
You never saw the whole thing?
The rock bottom on the dog poop?
What year was this?
1999. Look it up on YouTube.
I was born in 1998.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, here's some interesting notes about TJS. He just started watching South Park.
I am almost done with season 2.
That's crazy.
South Park is like 1999.
You were not even alive when season 2 of South Park was filmed.
I was not.
South Park was 97, right?
Yeah, so like the second season would have been like 98 when he was born.
So Aaron, I just finished the planetarium episode, and I didn't think it was all that great. I don't even remember that one. Yeah, okay. Well, I looked at your list, Aaron, your definitive list of South Park episodes, and the earliest favorite that you have is season 3. So
there you go. I do think it peaks like maybe 5 or 6 seasons in.
We're on what, 26 now?
It peaked on the movie. Once that movie came out, it was over for me.
Oh. Well, there you go. Anyways, guys, thank you all for tuning in tonight. Much love and appreciation to everybody out there. Thank you, Greg, for coming on tonight and joining us for the panel. And hopefully we'll have you back sooner than later. And TJS, thank you for your very opinionated commentary and your interesting ideas.
I have a gift for you.
There we go. Okay, well, that just brought the video quality up times a million right there.
Guaranteed spot for the next one.
There you go. That's what I mark out for. You put the cat on the video, then
he's mad. Look, he's like, man, I was having a good nap.
I mean, that's cats for you. They always look like they're pissed off.
What do you think of Wade Barrett? Because I think he was underrated, and he's a British wrestler. He's very underrated to me.
Oh yeah, obviously, love Barrett. Obviously, the Nectus gimmick was great, and the core, was it the core?
Yeah, the core.
The core. Not too sure about that one because that was, it died a quick death. But yeah, when he was in Nexus was great, and now I'm loving him on commentary. Definitely better than Patrick on Raw for sure.
Oh my God.
They've ruined it. They've ruined that Nexus storyline so bad. If Vince just had balls and let him go over Cena,
I was there at that SummerSlam too in 2010 at Staples.
Did you
have such a main star?
Did I what?
Did you boo Aaron when Cena went over?
I did not. You know what? Actually, a fair amount of the crowd cheered
him
winning. Yeah, like that's why I was surprised when I was there in the arena. The crowd was actually very much into that match, and Bret Hart did a few moves in that match. It was kind of absurd.
He wore jean shorts for that
match.
So
I mean, Bret actually did a couple moves, and I think he got DQ'd or something, so he didn't have to take any bumps. And yeah, when Cena won, the place actually popped pretty big, and I was like into it. I was like, okay, yeah, this is a fun, feel good moment. John Cena overcame the odds. And then when I got home and I saw all the messages, I'm like, wow, the internet hated this.
I
But
gotta
that's
tell
the
you a
thing.
story.
That's WWE's perspective.
Mhm.
Like they go by what the live crowds
Yep.
react to. And if they're having a good time, the people that are buying the tickets, they just ignore the internet. They
That's why-
focus on
Yeah.
what the majority of the people in the arena are feeling. That's what they go for.
That's why
Let me
they do
tell you-
the pull apart brawls and everything. Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you a story what happened. So back in the day when pay-per-view was like on TV, me and my friends, a bunch of us got together. We used to go to Hooters and watch because they would always show every pay-per-view at Hooters. So we would go eat. When that happened and Cena won, you just saw chick hot wings flying at one of the TV. Like people got in trouble. One person got kicked out because he threw his chicken wings at the. It was
Wow.
the funniest crowd ever. But yeah, people hated like. And when the 3 hit, the entire Hooters was like, boo. So just picture like 40, 50 people in a restaurant just started booing loud as hell. It was the funniest thing. You know, they were all drunk. But
All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. Greg, we'll start with you. Anything you would like to plug or promote? It was a pleasure to have you on tonight. Thank you for being on. And anything you would like to promote? Anything. Go for it.
No, obviously I'm not on too many social medias. I'm literally just on the X, as they call it, as the kids call it these days. On DX. I'm like GM Punk 88. Yeah, I'm a Punk fan. Get with it. But yeah, that's what I'm on there. I'm talking about. Obviously, I'm English, so it's mainly football, wrestling. So yeah, catch me on there. But one more thing, like, does anyone think anything's going to happen with Grayson Waller?
Oh, yeah, we forgot about that. Is he going to be there as a surprise? Is The Rock going to show up there and confront Grayson Waller? Like,
I say if he's in the Battle Royal, he'll be one of the last 2 getting eliminated. Like, I don't think it would be like right flying over the rope immediately.
It's just so weird that they keep mentioning The Rock, and even Grayson's calling him out in a live promo, and he's just not.
Weird.
I mean, are we gonna get The Rock via satellite appear or something and
Hollywood
confront?
Rock, yeah.
Even if they do the Rock Wilder, if everybody would, are you going to give that a chance, or would everybody be like, "What the hell, Roman's right there? Why didn't you do that?" Like
Right.
I feel like it would be dead before it began if you did that.
Yeah, you could get the crowd to turn there. You got to be careful because everyone's going to want Rock to come back for one person only. So if he comes back and he's on Waller's show, everyone's going to mark out. But then 2 minutes later, they're going to be like, "Wait, he's being wasted on Grayson Waller." So
Exactly.
the crowd might suddenly. There you go.
Yep.
all right, TJS, what do you have for us as far as plugs go?
Well, you can see my X handle below. It is my name, Tyler Joseph Smith, without the vowels, because Tyler Joseph Smith was too long of a handle for X, so I had to do Tyler Joseph Smith without the vowels. And nodq.com/TJS takes you to my Facebook page. Feel free to add it. As always, enjoyed being on. And hopefully everyone enjoys the show on Saturday. Saturday, again, is the best show for premium live events. AEW needs to take notes.
Caleb Jacobs sent in a $2.10 super chat. He says, Grayson Waller to win the Battle Royal.
I guess that would be the heel that would eliminate LA Knight, probably.
Oh, man,
Yeah.
Oh boy,
that would piss people off.
I would love them to be the last 2, and that the reactions of
That
both
would be good.
cool. Yeah.
All right, well, Walter, we'll go ahead over to you now. What do you have for us as far as plugs?
Well, on X, I am at Walter Alexis. It feels so weird to say that. Like, I don't know if that's his son's name, right? Because he spells it X. He spells his son's name weird. I think that's what that is. But anyways, and then on Instagram, I am at Califire. I can't even talk right now. Calfire Farms. You can see the spelling there. So that's it. And thanks for having me as always, Aaron.
Yep, great panel tonight, guys. Great predictions video, and I'll be at the show. The Jeff Meacham Network will be doing a live watch along of SummerSlam. I may jump on after the pay-per-view. No promises, though. I'm not sure what's going on afterwards.
What?
I'm going to try, but no promises.
Aaron.
We're going to have the no DQ. The no DQ review will be back Sunday night. Virtue's in Tennessee on a trip. He'll be back. We'll be back Sunday night with a No DQ review. So I will be giving my thoughts on SummerSlam one way or another. You'll hear my thoughts on the show. So stay tuned to NoDQ.com YouTube channel. We got a lot of great content coming up this week. And that's it, everybody. Thank you all so much again. Take care, everybody. Remember, say yes to NoDQ.com, and we will see you all next time.